Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of EDU 600, Research Methods and Techniques. So on Monday, we start module number 8, week number 8, and it's on experimental research, which is a type of quantitative research, which thinking back to the articles that people have submitted, I believe we have a bunch of students in the class that are actually using experimental research. Experimental research is, to me, the classic way that some people think about research. It's you maybe have two groups. One is the control group, and the other one you are doing some kind of experiment. And when COVID was raging, experimental research was used on a tremendously to figure out what kind of treatments work the best. And so if you think of it as the classic research control group, non-control group, where you're actually playing with the variables and or with COVID, the treatment, and then you compare the two to see if there's statistically significant differences, that's what we're going to be looking at this week. So let me get right to the materials. And first of all, the video that you're going to be watching is right here. I will be posting that very shortly, so we'll move on to that. What's experimental research? And in a nutshell, like I said, it's research that adheres to a very scientific research design. Hypothesis, null hypothesis, etc. So please take a look at all the information in here. Also, factorial designs, which is chapter 9. It's another form of quantitative research. In the book it says it's a true experiment, and there's multiple factors. So I don't think there's many people in the class that have chosen this type of research as their articles. I can't remember any, quite frankly. So you can scan this, like anything in the class. There's a tremendous amount of information out there. So I still would like you to read chapter 9. Like you to watch the videos, and some of these are repetitive, but once again, they are very important to understand, and you might have to go back to last week to actually look at some of the other videos, but I encourage you to use these videos to help your understanding of the topics. And also, you can reach out to me at any point. We could Zoom, we can talk on the phone, we can email, whatever works best for you. So, specific things to do. Read chapters 8 and 9, identify 2 to 3 quotes. You don't have to submit those to me. Read an introduction to experimental research. And then what I'd like you to do, and this is, I just changed this, so I'm going to get rid of this How Do Dogs Influence Psychotherapy. I decided I wanted to just have everybody focus in on one research article, and that's the effect of walking on creative thinking. So as we did with, I think it was in week number 3, you're going to be working in groups. And here's the group assignments. I've verified and double-checked to make sure everybody has an assignment. You are in the same groups, but your position has been changed. So, I think Molly was doing the overall critique, and I shuffled people around. So, once again, these are your groups. And a reminder, we have the article capture due on the 10th. Experimental critique, which is actually the critique that you're going to be working on this week. That is due on November 17th. So I'll quickly get to an advanced organizer in here. So one other thing, tomorrow the visual display of data assignment is due, and you can take a look at the rubrics. Once again, I encourage you not to spend a tremendous amount of time on this. Find the data source, explain the data, tell the story about it. 1 or 2 paragraphs is all that you need to do. Always appreciate a cover page and a references page. And then we get into the group assignments. And once again, this group assignment, it provides the basis for what you will be doing in your experimental critique, which is individual. So here's the article that Group A is going to read, and the article is the same for each one. To give you an example of how this works, and I think I explained this in week number 3, but Star will be in charge of the literature review. So she goes to the discussion forum for the group. She puts in Star literature review. She puts in her analysis of how did they do the literature review, and then she hits submit, and then people comment on that, and vice versa. So that's group 1, that's group A, group B, the same article, and group C. So that's plenty out of me. And once again, November 10th, which is a couple of weeks from now, we have the article Capture 2 assignment. And I will leave it at that. I hope you have a nice weekend. Maybe you can get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help. See you, everybody.